It was a fantastic discussion to launch a cultural toolkit, which is the first of a series of events that we'll be holding globally. What we've tried to design is something that's very easy to use, very easy to interact with. At the moment, there's a lot out in the market about cultural change, but a lot of it's about assessing what the culture is. And what we try and do with this toolkit is say, well, actually, yes, you have to assess what the culture is, but the key thing is actually how do you change the culture? And that's what this toolkit does.
It helps organizations assess its organizational culture, analyze its weaknesses and inconsistencies, and build action plan for change. For example, rapid growth, changing the ownership, organizations planning succession, or, for example, having an informed conversation with stakeholders such as shareholders, or building a structured narrative over its culture.
The fourth industrial revolution is one of the key drivers for change in this world, combined with the number of corporate scandals. And companies find themselves more and more talking about the role they play in society, and also understanding that the purpose and the values of the companies no longer stops at profit.
It's all about culture, because we can draft legislation to very detailed levels, but in the end it's about what we people do with it.
One of the really big lessons we've learned from the financial crisis and the crises in companies like Volkswagen and Toshiba and so on is that culture and values do matter. And one of the lessons for governance is that boards have to be concerned with this. This means they have to look outward. What is the impact of the company on society? What is driving behaviour of the employees within the company? Are we happy with those forces? If not, how do we shape them so we are happy with the behaviour?
Culture and the culture of corporate boards is a very important issue for investors. I mean, it's one of the key things that increasingly investors look at in terms of culture, how boards operate, how they treat various stakeholders in their business, one of them being their shareholders. Poor culture can destroy long-term value, and that's an important issue for any investor.
In board, family members board, I think the main priority is to make sure the company change to be better what the company is. So I think the board members have to be aware of what the culture of the company and make sure the company change in that direction. You must change to be better who you are as a person and as a company.
We live in a complex world when all the parts of the business should be interconnected. And as said by the participants to the panels, in a complex world, the values are keys, and the values now create value. We have to make a move forward in order to forget the tick-the-box exercise in reporting, because as far as information is key for the attitude, for the behavior of people, information should be viewed as a tool in order to restore confidence.
Coming from the European Commission, it will be important for me to hear if the concepts that are mentioned now in the policy documents, such as the Capital Markets Union and the Sustainability Action Plan, if those concepts and central elements of what the policymakers think are important, if they also are mentioned or even highlighted, or if examples are given in what the actors in the field say. So I mean concepts like sustainable finance, I mean concepts like environmental social governance in company policy, I mean even concepts like diversity in boards.
No matter how many regulations, directives and laws you implement, it boils down to the attitude and behavior of the human resources of the company. And as we all know, culture eats strategy for breakfast.